What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, my name's Mac. This is my YouTube channel, How to Heal. I like to go over things that have been very helpful for my own healing, my own peace of mind, and some helpful and more effective mindsets and thoughts around those that I like to share here. Hopefully you guys can benefit from these and find some things that help you heal as well. So we'll start off with a nice stretch. Okay. And hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today's video, I want to discuss another agreement of the 4 agreements. Apparently my favorite book right now by Don Miguel Ruiz. And the 3rd agreement he goes over is to not make assumptions. So this is a really big one because he says here in the book, basically we're very, very creative individuals, and we project and we assume all these things through creation, right? Naturally we want to figure out how events are going to plan out, what things are going to happen, what we think the end result is going to be, right? We're kind of computers in that sense, like, and we have to be, because we're trying to figure out the best route, and that's ultimately our survival, right? But the issue is when we create or make all these assumptions and then we get attached to them, they have expectations, maybe those expectations aren't met, we have pain associated with that, or we create all these expectations or assumptions and then we end up taking the results very personally, right? Or whatever very personally, right? Like it all depends what you associate with things as well, right? Like if I assume a bird is gonna come sit here and, I don't know, poo on the table, and that's because he hates me, and then if it comes and poops on the table, then I'm like, oh, this bird hates me, right? Because of the thought that I attached with something that's really not very connected, right? That's a way we can kind of end up creating pain. Bird may come poop on anything and it's just a bird pooping, but when I attach something to it along with that creative assumption, I can get attached and take it personally, right? So, and the other issue, he says basically, like, creating all these assumptions and then taking it personally is like the beginning of hell. As like hell is a state of mind, it's the beginning of hell, because you create these expectations and then however the results pan out, you take it personally when it has nothing to do with you, and you create all this pain out of it. And the other thing is, often if we're wrong about our assumptions, right, if we assume, oh, this person's going to do this, and because we love to be right, that's a big thing with the ego as well. It loves to be right. It feels good when we're right, and I guess that's in some sense related to survival, but it can lead us to do a lot of nasty things to try and be right. And when we don't feel right, or when our assumptions are wrong, Miguel in this says that then we can begin to gossip to try and justify our assumptions or get validation on, okay, but I was right in thinking this way, right? Like, this person is really rude for doing this. Like, they may not have done the thing, but they totally seem like the type of person that would have, right? Right? Like, and we gossip, and then we create another distorted sense of reality, right? We change our perception to something unfavorable, unhelpful again, that's going to unnecessarily lead to more pain. And I'll try to paraphrase an example he gave, but an example of an assumption could be like with a significant other. You're like, okay, well, it's my birthday and they know it's my birthday, and which them knowing it's your birthday is an assumption. Maybe it's a fair assumption given how well you guys know each other and the information you've exchanged, but it's still an assumption, right? And if they don't know your birthday, you're probably going to take it personally. Like, they don't care about me enough to know my birthday, but like, maybe they have horrible memory. Maybe they were enduring a ton of things when you were telling them about your birthday. Maybe you thought you told them your birthday and you actually didn't, right? Like, but then we can also do assumptions of like, if they love me, then they're going to get me all these things. And maybe they get you something different from that, and you take it personally. Your assumption was wrong, or you assumed they don't love you because they didn't get you the thing that you assumed they would, right? They would get me a bunch of flowers and chocolates, and they only got me a bracelet, right? Or like something like that. And it results in a lot of pain and suffering, the beginning of the mental state of hell. So, as my boy Don refers to it as. So, try not to make assumptions on things. Obviously, to some degree, this is very natural, and I guess it can be very helpful in some senses because we are like walking computers. But try not to get too caught up in creating this fictitious world of assumptions, and certainly try to not get attached to it personally or attached to it in general. When things don't play out the way you anticipate or assume they would, accept it. If you can, I think that's the best option, because there really isn't any other option. It's not going to change reality if you deny it really, really hard. It's still going to be what it is. You're just going to be in pain denying it. So that's today's video. Try not to make assumptions, and certainly don't take them personally. Hopefully you guys found that helpful. If you did, comment down below. If you have any ideas, questions, comments, concerns, post them down below. And as always, hope you guys have a great day, and thank you for stopping by.